I'm Annie. I'm the founder of food brand Dadima's, which is dedicated to sharing the stories and recipes of grandmothers and connecting different generations. So the recipe that I want to share is called Spicy Lentil Quinoa, and it's a combination of kitchari, a subji, and quinoa. It's a great alternative to rice. It's a healthy alternative. It's a great source of fibre and protein. My Dadima is all about creating flavour and making the dish something which is appealing. She always used to say she wants to cook food which makes people happy, so khan wale to dil khush honda. So that's what was really important to her. So I really hope that you enjoy this recipe. So the first step is to add the quinoa and the mung lentils. So these are the yellow split mung lentils. They are the easiest to cook and the fastest to cook. You can also use whole mung beans, but I prefer to use the yellow ones purely for simplicity and because they taste great. So first step is to give them a good wash until the water runs clear, and then we're going to add them to a heavy base saucepan with a star anise. When the water's tepid, so it's always once it's tepid, you add the turmeric. Just half a teaspoon is fine for this amount, and that's just to help colour the lentils and the quinoa, and a little bit of salt just to help break down the lentils and the quinoa and help it to boil. What I do is skim off the yellow frothy layer which comes to the top as it's boiling. This is all the unnecessary starch and bits that we don't need. So by adding frozen vegetables whilst the quinoa and the lentils are boiling, it's a great way of adding one of your 5 a day and also making the dish a lot more vibrant. So you want to simmer the quinoa and the lentils until they're soft and cooked through, and we're looking for a consistency which is like porridge. And the tharka, a lot of the Dadima say that this is the make or break of any dish. It's essentially what's going to be adding all of the flavour to our quinoa and lentils. So the first stage is heating the grass-fed ghee in your frying pan and letting that melt. Next you add the cumin seeds. Cumin seeds are lovely and aromatic and they add an earthy taste to the dish. Add them until they start to sizzle and pop in the pan. Add the onions and just fry them until they're light brown and softened. We're not looking for a dark brown, we're just looking for them to turn translucent. After that, we'll add our freshly grated garlic and ginger and green chilies to taste, and we'll cook them for another 2 minutes before adding the spices. Once the onions, garlic, ginger, chilies are all cooked together, this is the stage where if you wanted to add chicken chunks, this is when you would add it. I add paprika for colour and for the taste, freshly ground black pepper and some coriander powder. Bring them together in the tharka so that they're all coated. The next stage after that is adding some tomato passata, just a few tablespoons is fine. So stir that for a couple of minutes until you see little bubbles around the edge of the mixture, and that's when you know that everything is cooked together. So once all of that's come together, it's time to add the pan of tharka to the quinoa and cooked lentils, bring our mixture together, and it will be full of flavour, ready to garnish with coriander. This spicy mung quinoa makes a great weeknight meal. It's light, it's healthy, it's nourishing, and it's best served personally with a bed of crunchy iceberg lettuce with some cucumbers, any type of salad accompaniments that you like. And it's great for the whole family. It's also great for lunch boxes as well. It can be frozen, but it's best served hot and eaten on the day when it's fresh.